So I was here before doing feedings, but I had to go to take care of some stuff. I had to get more mice, heat them up and all that, because, I mean, more like boil them, because I like to hydrate the snakes also. And so here we have, it might look big, but you can see it's just a little pinky. This is my new Mexican West Coast rattlesnake, and looking very handsome. And he thinks he just killed that mouse, but nope, it came that way. And I'm glad, man. I love this snake. I just took him out. Of course, I work with them every day, but I took him out. What was it, yesterday or something? And I just figured, all right, I've been working with him. Maybe I could freehand him now. And he just came to me. You use the hook in a certain way so that you can move them away if it's not going to work out. You can tell. But he was like, no, I'm a good boy. And he just came to me, went right up my arm. It's on the video. It's posted on YouTube somewhere. Just took out the most recent videos. He's a sweet little dude. And he's going to be big. And he's going to be green. He's going to be cool, man. I love this species, man. And I know you can't tell, but he's an itty-bitty tiny thing. We had a nice little live going on for like an hour before, feeding a bunch of different snakes. So hopefully some of those guys will come back. If not, hopefully we'll have a nice weekend. Or Labor Day, whatever you want to call it. I think there's nothing better than a 3-day weekend. So after they kill their prey, or in this case, have the perception of killing it, they're very careful. They go around, they make sure it's dead. They also have to be aware of their surroundings and make sure, there you go. What a good boy. Make sure that there's no competition nearby, because, if they start to eat, well, there's all sorts of disadvantages, including that they can lose the other prey items that are nearby. They also would be vulnerable to predators because they have no way to defend themselves since they're eating. And there's a whole bunch of other things. They wouldn't be able to get more to eat, when they find like a little litter of animals. So they have to be careful. Mostly it's safety. And you can see, he didn't do it much. He's just so sweet. But you can see they become quite tentative. After it's dead, well, they bite it, they let it die. These snakes let go, and it'll die. If they have to, they'll follow a little path to get it, because it doesn't take long with these guys, believe me. And then the whole process begins. They're always under some kind of exertion, man. Eating is a big thing for them. Digesting is a bigger thing, and then there's going to be shedding, which is a bigger thing. And during all that time, they have they're filled with poop and urates, and so then that comes out. Then they're hungry again. It's like they're always going through something. These poor guys, they don't have it so easy. Just the way the metabolism is set up and everything. Shedding is a real event for them. It's not easy. And there are snakes in the wild that never shed off certain parts of their body and just get a buildup of stuck shed off on their eyes, and they can't see very well. It's almost like a design flaw, but there's a reason for everything, right? Look how cute he is. Man, I get this sick satisfaction when they eat. It just makes me so happy to know they're healthy. And I hope happy. But they'll never be happy if you're not around. And you can look at that any way you want. You could say, oh, like a kitten that needs you around. You can look at it that way. But I'm talking about first helping them get past their fear of you. Because if you're not near them often, and then you just pop in to take them out to to clean their cage or whatever, you're scaring them to death. It's not worth it. It's really not worth it. I consider that the most irresponsible thing. I don't think those people should be allowed to have snakes. I take that back. I think that everyone should be allowed to have. But I just think that's a deplorable practice when you have them living in fear. And then there are these guys, like this one guy on YouTube who he's just like that. He's been doing this like a year and a half. He's got a big name. He has a lot of followers. He makes a lot of money, and he has his boomslang smash his face on the glass on purpose because he knows it's going to be terrified to see him. And now he's doing it with his threadlands. What's up, Jim? Indigo, yeah, the Creebles are the best, man. That's like, if you're gonna get a snake, first of all, they're just stunningly beautiful, above everything. And if you want a snake that acts a little bit like a cobra, hey, they're a good bet. It's funny because they're from a different part of the world, right? But you won't believe me. When I was a kid, I saw indigo snakes go for $20. If only I knew. If only I knew. If I had a crystal ball, I would have got a bunch and bred them. I'd be a billionaire. But I would have spent it all on snakes. I'd be a billionaire in snakes. You ready for more yet? When a tongue pops out, they're saying, hey, what else is on the menu? But I'd like them to get it down a little bit. How far down did you get? I can't really see with you. All right, funny angle. Let's give you more because you're such a good boy. So, Jim, why don't you get one? I have this strange thing. I feel like when somebody wants something, they should just have it. All right, what do you say, buddy? I mean, so many people. Go ahead, baby, you take that. What do you think? It's good. Yeah, you liked it. Same flavor. You can do it. Open. Good boy. Good boy. Now you do the rest. 400. And 25 years ago, I don't know. I'm thinking more like 45 years ago. That's a lot for that long ago. But hey, they are so expensive now. But you know what, man? They're worth it. They're so stunningly gorgeous. Just ridiculously ridiculous. They're hard to get now. I know. And with the Creebos, there's a lot of people that are scamming people. Like there's people in my Facebook chat group. I have this Venomous chat group. It's called Venomous Snakes Classifieds. And there are these people that keep posting these two pictures of two indigos with different colorations. And, it's a scam. But honestly, there are scammers that do such a good job these days. They study people's vulnerabilities. Just, I don't know how to live with themselves. But they seem to manage, huh? But they'll be out there. They pop up. They're just expensive because there's not many. Supply, demand, all that. Lots of demand. But which is interesting in itself because, people, there's demand for something so expensive, but it's just so beautiful. It's like buying a Picasso. What could be more beautiful, well, except for a boomslang. Move to Florida and catch one. Man, what a money saver that would be. And you'll get there and you'll see a Burmese python chowing down on it. I feel sad for the pythons out there, man. You see, everybody, they enjoy killing them too much, if you ask me. And I see a situation that will never end. That's when it's going to end. Never. It will never end. It's like the Middle East. It will never end. And you can, it's like you can kill one, you kill the other one, and all that, and it's like sticking your finger on a dam that's broken. The water's coming in, it's coming in. There is no way they're gonna get rid of all these beautiful Burmese pythons. So they are part of the ecosystem now. And I say, let them be. It's like the guy in Jurassic Park says, nature will find a way. Well, I think nature actually will figure it out. But they're eating this species and that are endemic. Yeah. Well, of course they are. But people are also endemic to the area, and they're the ones that brought them in here. So, look, I just don't feel much for these people that are killing them, and it's not even the killing of them. It's that they feel like the license to kill is a license to torture. And I know people that just boil them alive and just all sorts of terrible things and. Yeah, that's not euthanasia. And euthanasia, they say they're euthanizing them. That's for sick people who are going to die to take them out of pain. This is not euthanasia. Yeah, that would be punk. I think they're invasive, yeah. But, You could also make. Why is there a fly in there? You can make the case that they're not. That now that the ones that are born there, they're not invading. They're just born there, and there's a lot, and that's what it is. The ecosystem, nature will adapt, and people can try everything they want. Nothing is going to work. There's nothing that's going to work. It is now part of the environment. That's just the way it is. People can think whatever they want, but you know, I just don't like the cruelty, and it's just a little frustrating watching people going crazy for something that they can't control. The human mind doesn't like that, does it? We like things we can control. All right, so what are you going to do with this? What do you think? Seconds? That's my cat. She's in heat. Her name is Bojangles. And the thing with Bojangles is I'd love to have her spayed, but she has a heart murmur. And in a cat, that's a very serious thing. So they won't do the surgery. They can't. It's too dangerous. So, she goes through heat, and there's not much I can do about it. So she seems to feel better when I hold her. But I always wonder when cats cry like that and they're in heat, they seem like they're in pain. They tell me that they're not, that they're just horny. But it seems to me like she's in pain. But for some reason, holding her seems to alleviate that. So, I just feel bad when I hear her crying, but I can't hold her all day. So when I deal with the snakes, she gets a little bit jealous, and but what are you gonna do? Man, I'm so glad this guy's eating. And seconds. This is the first time I've seen him eating. He ate last week, but I didn't see it, and I'm so glad. With babies, it's always hit and miss. You just don't know. And with rattlesnakes, it's a little different. But people really, they don't seem to understand that. Just like a cat needs to learn to eat, the larger ones, like a serval cat, will have the instinct. But a lot of baby cats, they need to be taught to eat. Right? Well, a lot of snakes, like just take for example the Gaboon viper, they need to learn to drink. They won't drink on their own. You have to sort of put them in the water. And it's this crazy thing where people have them and they wonder why they die. Well, they're dehydrated. Uh, just by the way, tomorrow I'm gonna be on with a bunch of live feedings because there's some snakes that just won't eat dead, and I'm gonna be picking up my boomslangs. They're still, most of them are still in one of the places in North Carolina where I have. So I'm gonna go pick them up. So there'll be at least 3 more boomslangs here, and there's more that I put in order for. So there's never enough boomslangs. If you ask me, I think they are the most beautiful snake in the world. They are my favorites. I do have a favorite. Especially when they turn black and they go from that green to the dark black. Oh my God. It's hard to believe something so beautiful could exist. But you caught an atrox. Nice. So what happened to it? Did you let it go? Yeah, I had a black mamba for 16 years. I have a western green one right next to me, right in front of me. She's under there. I don't know if you can see. And I have a bunch of other green mambas. I had a black mamba, this guy Gus, it makes me sad to think about. Like, again, 16 years, and he died of old age. When he died, man, it just ripped me up. And he was so sweet and nice, and I have so many good memories of him, and I think about him every single day. So I don't know. I've been looking into getting another one, but I don't know. Like it's like getting remarried in a way, man. It's a whole emotional ordeal for a wimp like me. Wife and little children weren't down, so it had to go. Yeah, tends to happen though. But the time will come, or maybe you can have a separate secured building. A whole separate area. But easily said, I know. Red-tailed boas, oh God, they're gorgeous. They're just gorgeous. Who hasn't really had a boa and loved it at some point? Like the people that are older, I don't know. I think it seems like everybody should have a boa. I can imagine she is. You know, and the boas just give so much back to you. They teach you so much. You know, and when they're babies, the ones that I had as a kid, they had that pink tinge to them. And I remember as a little kid, it's a million years ago, and I still remember getting home and taking the first one out of the bag and thinking, wow, that's like one of those beautiful things I've ever seen. You know, just the way they move, everything about boas is dope. And now they have this one morph. It's called Black Pearl, which I want. If I see that snake again, I'm gonna get it. They're like perfectly black. Yeah, I love that. I mean, how many snakes are really perfectly black? You know, you have indigos. In terms of venomous, you know, there are certain spitters that are, but like totally black. You know, you'll find some maybe Pakistani cobras, but there's really not many that are perfectly black. You know, even the spitters, they're like a blue tinge sort of a black. But I want an all. I mean, the Mexican king snakes, of course, they are, but um, I want an all black cobra. That's what I want. And I've been looking hard, but even like the black forest cobras, they're not really black all the way. I saw a couple that sort of were, but you know, he just got lucky. Man, I'd give anything for his. All right, so you're done. All right, you seem good. All right, let me put a top on you. Lock him up after. She's not hyper. Yeah, California king snakes. I have one of them. They. Hang on a sec. Let's feed the death at her. Excuse the mess. This is where I change also in the morning before work. Let me just get it out of the way. The California king snakes, a lot of them, just like certain elapids, will just suddenly bite out of nowhere. And you could be holding them. One sec. Jesus. I need first to find him. It's hard to find Mortimer. My crazy death. 1 second, guy. I need a second. Alright. First, a hook would be nice. I gotta take out a lot of your substrate, buddy. I know you like it, but then I can't find you sometimes. Alright, so there's that. And in fact, maybe we could do this together. You guys can help me. Oh, I found them. Yay! Alright. There's more to Death Adder. Yeah, man. That black is amazing. Checking in from North Carolina. Shane, what's up, man? No odds until I'm skilled enough in the years, but I like how you called Sharon Lana smoking weed. I just thought that was cruel. You know, if he smokes weed, good. If he drinks, good. But when marijuana is very bad for a snake, you know, and I just felt like that was cruel. And the only reason I feel a little ratty for doing it, but the only reason I did it was so, I wanted to embarrass him into not doing it again. You know, and I'm sure he will. He'll just not record it. Anyway, this will be the fastest strike in the world. Mortimer sometimes won't eat dead. So I'm telling you, he might not. Here's hoping. Sometimes he goes fast, so. Mortimer, boom. See, that's fast. Man, that's fast. If I were a mouse and I had to die from a snake, I would take the Death Adder. Neurotoxic venom might have a numbing effect, and you're dead pretty quick. Got a red-tailed western hog, ball python, and about to have a oh, nice, man. Yeah, those are beautiful. I love when they play dead. It's so cute. It's like, do you seriously think you're fooling me? Like, really? You know, it's like the fainting goats. Like, bro, come on. You know, I'm not an idiot. Well, maybe I am, but still, I'm not falling for that. Mortimer does live in here. He loves to borrow on all of this stuff. Heat in a certain way. Russell, and It's different. He's from Papua New Guinea, so he's not Australian, and Papua New Guinea is interesting. It's really like just like half of an island. So anyway, um, he needs he needs specific conditions, and so it takes a little bit. You gotta. I'm so uncomfortable. I can't even tell you. You gotta keep the humidity higher. Is what I'm trying to say. It's just that. Russell vipers are beautiful and so expensive. So hopefully mine will have babies one day. But look, I've tried, no luck so far. Yeah, they do. Probably a good snake to not get bitten by, if you ask me. See, now Mortimer does this. Mortimer has a strange habit where if a mouse is alive, he'll take it, hold it in his mouth. It'll die pretty quick. And then he'll just keep holding it. I might not keep the camera here because he can do this for 20 minutes when it's alive. When it's dead, usually he'll leave it faster. But he just loves to, I don't know, maybe he's a sadist or he's just relishing the moment. I don't know what's up with Morty, but let's see. I love his head. He's got like a black head too. I think he's beautiful. They're so chunky and stocky, right? They look like they're actually, like a viper, not any lapid. Who would think? They look more like puff adders, outside of the scalation. Bojangle, it's okay, baby. The cat's crying. She just likes to have me around. I might not keep the camera here because it's killing my foot, and he's totally capable of staying there like maybe forever. So let me think who we got to feed next. Because we did let's feed. Oh, the phone's gonna die. Let's feed Chunk, the Gaboon viper, another one, a bigger one actually. Ah, God. Okay, one sec before I die. Alright, you work on that. More than I'll be back with more for you. Of course, Daddy loves you. Daddy loves you, and you know it. You know it. Alright, I'm not taking it. It's not even this. That's it. You're good. That's all. You know how it is. Let's see Chunk. Oh. Alright. Getting back to him. Let's see if he finished the one he was working on. He did. Alright. I got a lot of junk here too, all these hooks and stuff. I'm sorry for this, guys. That tail's crazy. Tapers down into the air, right? Alright. He's like a crescent moon. Junko! He gets scared when he first comes close. But you can free handle him. Like, he gets scared when you first come close. It's almost like he wants you to come closer. He doesn't like when you approach. Hang on. He doesn't like when you approach. But once he is approached and you have him, he's perfectly fine. Alright. Chunky baby. I got you a bigger one. Oh, I just need a new body and I'd be fine. Alright. Let's say big boy. Let's say I'll give you a big fat one. Which one would you like? Here's one you might like. What do you say, Chunko? Do your thing. You want seconds? Boom! Wow. The Chunkmeister, yeah, exactly. BK. The Chunkmeister has spoken. Look at that, right in the middle. Man, he is fast. Now, the Death Adder is faster. They're the fastest in the world, I would say. I mean, they are. But if you really look at it, if you really look at them carefully, because, I'm embarrassed at how much I do, the Death Adder is faster at shooting out and going back. The Gaboon Viper is almost as fast, I'd say, going out, but they don't retract as fast. The Death Adder is just faster because it's, in a sense, it's almost twice as fast, and in another sense, it's almost just as fast, because when they retract, like, that counts. Let's just pretend it's a second. It's much, much less. So it takes them a second. But these guys, like when they don't need to go back, and the death adders retract. So, oh, I'm gonna just die. Oh God, this hurts so bad. If you knew what I was sitting on. This is weird. Look how he's doing it. Now, Chunk, I got a new big guy, a big Gaboon viper I posted today. And he looks really nothing like Chunk. You could tell they're the same species, of course. But damn. The bigger one, he has like many more gold and silver and copper. It looks like he podiumed at the Olympics, Can you imagine 2 inches of fangs sticking to you? Yeah, that'd be bad. Not all their fangs are 2 inches, his aren't yet. But yeah, they got big teeth. And this guy never goes to the dentist. Never goes to the dentist. Isn't it fun? Like, he was so much smaller. Yeah, sometimes I can't see him. It's like Swagger. Sometimes you go out and you can't see him. He's right in front of you. He blends in well. And they like to be like totally under the substrate and just have their head sticking up. It's like a leaf. That's like the ideal of it. And I think they feel more comfortable. They know their camouflage, that's for sure. So let's see, he ate one. It wasn't really that big. So he's got this. We could even give him another one. He seemed to put it away pretty fast. How many snakes do you have? Well, there's 51 here. There's 147 cobras in Roxborough. And then there's a bunch of boomslangs. So let's just say like somewhere around 201, something like that. More on the way. Yeah. Oh man, there's a freaking fly. Why is there flies? Damn it, I hate that sound. Oh. Might be from me eating watermelon in here. Boy, you fucker. I'm gonna kill you. So yeah, I've always liked snakes. It is because, it's such a passion of mine, and I when I lived in Thailand and I did those Venomous shows for those 13 months, it was a big thing. It's 5 times a day. I was always with them. We had this giant pit from which we would like select the cobras we were working with, and I was working with the guy who you've probably seen on YouTube. His name was Boon Reng Pocha. He unfortunately died on March 24th. Of the year 2000 from a monocle cobra bite. I was there. It was just terrible, but I was mentioning it before. But my point is that after that, it was hard not to be able to go into a pit with thousands of cobras and pick out the ones you wanted. You get used to it. You get spoiled. And so I started to get more and more. And I don't keep them all out in the pit, of course, because the environment isn't right. The temperature wouldn't be right. But I miss that, I miss like you'd just be surrounded by them, and you felt like, I don't know how to explain it. There's something more. What's your favorite kind of cobra? I guess forest cobras, black forest cobra, like, well, spectacle, for the Asians, I'd have to say spectacles, Indian cobras, and for the Africans, I would say like hot fudge, the black forest cobra notchkinensis. Look at this guy, put that away. What's your favorite kind of cobra? Is he tickling? I don't know, maybe he's ticklish too. Sometimes they tickle me. Which one was it today? No, it was yesterday. Oh, I had out the baby Mexican, the one I just fed before, and he was tickling my hand. It was so funny, like, he's such a baby, so it was like he has a strange length, and it reached right under my wrist, right in that ticklish spot, and it's like he was shaking it almost on purpose. Would you have one? Yeah, I had a king cobra. I can't recall. He said, "Yeah, I'm not like as crazy about them as everyone. I like them; they're cool, but I don't always care for animals just because they're big. And feeding them snakes was such a pain in the neck. It's just hard. And then you get a supplier. They're out there, but then the supplier dies, or he moves, or he stops supplying, and then what? We don't have the luxury of chasing Burmese pythons around the Everglades. Not that that's such a wonderful thing in my mind. But look, they need to eat snakes. I get it. I'm just not as impressed by them. I mean, look, I loved mine, but to me, it wasn't the end all of snakes. I like boomslangs, man. Those are my favorite snakes. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of different kinds. Everyone likes the Malaysian ones because that's what the kids post on YouTube, and they all want one like Chandler's Kevin or what is it, Tyler's Rusty or whatever they call him, Justina and all that. But let's see. All right, another one, a third one, you little piggy. What do you think? What do you think? You want that? It's up to you. Too much? Did his tail just fall off? It might have because I boiled it a little bit. Yeah, I got a baby speck. I got a few. I'm gonna have a lot soon. Get open, open. Is that what you were doing? You don't have to eat chunk. It's up to you, Bubby. Whatever you want. You ate well. You want to leave it at that? I can leave it with you. Undecided. It's like he can't decide, you know, he's somewhere. He's between two waters. What do you think, buddy? You want to digest your other ones? He definitely could. You got room in there. You got room in there, buddy. Yeah, I'm thinking of breeding specs. You know, I love Indian cobras, and I work with them a lot. And I miss working with them in those large quantities. You know, I felt like I used to live with them in that den. And I miss it so much. I actually thought about going back for a while. It's good money. The money isn't from the people that are Thai. You make the money from tourists that go to see the shows. It must be weird having a guy who's, you know, not from Thailand doing the shows. But, you know, they seem to like it. Did some stupid things, but, you know, I just try to be entertaining. What do you think? What do you think? And when I say stupid things, I don't mean like we ever hurt an animal, just silly showmanship. I'm going to leave it here for you. All right, it's up to you. Yeah, that was mine. Tiger snake. Oh, God, yeah. Stunningly beautiful. I love tiger snakes. Oh, man. I love one of those. You seem solid. Hey, Frankie. What's up, brother? Thank you. Chunk is certainly solid. Look at him. All right, who else has to eat? Let me just think. So, Snickers. Oh, Snickers, he's probably not going to eat. Let's see. Hold on. I think you're crazy. Me too. Yes. Yasemin Shahid. Oh, Shahib. Haritara. The snake live, finally. Caught your live a few times. Nothing bad. I'm glad. Glad you're here. All right. So I'm going to try to feed Snickers, but he probably won't eat. He likes live. Oh, it's okay, Bobby. It's okay. Give me a sec. Let me just put up his top. You're okay, sweetheart. I didn't mean to scare you. You eat what you want. You did good. You did good. So it's good. It's good. You're growing baby. Whatever you want. All right. I get it. I'm leaving. Who wants to eat being washed? I know, Bubby. I know. Oh, too many hooks. Alright. Snickers now. Where is you? Snickers. Where you at? There you are. Alright. Hang in there, guys. One sec. My apologies. Alright, now, don't get too excited about Snickers eating because he's not. He likes live, and there was no live today. So I'm going to try to give him this. Hang on. This is Snickers. He's a Guarico rattlesnake. He is a sadistic little dude. Feel like y'all should know this. Know what? I just ate 250 grams. Well, use it, man. Use that energy. All right. Now, Snickers usually doesn't like dead, but last week he did. What do you think, buddy? What do you feel today? Let's try. You can't torture it, but it's good. He wishes so much it was alive. I know. I know you. Say, ah. What do you think, Snick? Want a Snick snack? You don't have to. I know you want to live. I know. He likes live. I might just leave it in there for him. I don't think he's going to stray. Alright. We'll leave it. He'll either eat it or he won't. Alright. He's a Guarico rattlesnake. He's a Cortalis piffinorum. Have you lost any snakes because they bit themselves? No, no, God, thank God, no. No, I hate to have that happen. Jasmine. Yasmin and Shahir. Yasmin Ta'ani. So, Assalamu alaikum, Jasmine. Wa ahlan wa sahlan. Depending. Intimine. I just want to watch him for a second, see what he does. Who is next? Let me just figure out who's in this room. So we had so the bigger snakes are going to be next, but that's going to be tomorrow because a lot of them. We could try to fertilize. It's not really big enough. He's not sure. We could try tomorrow. Maybe I'll come back and do a live. I'm gonna have to go to North Carolina, but they gotta eat anyway. So maybe we'll do, I don't know, maybe like 10 or 11 a.m. and do some live feedings with the crazy mamba and everybody else. And then when I get back, we'll do some boomslang feedings. Gotta pick them up. And I'm picking up some other cobras. How big do black forest cobras? They get long. You know, they get like, I don't know, 10 feet, but most of it is tail. You know, they're thin. They're somewhere like, it's like, think of something in between a mamba and a cobra that's Asian. You know, but the temperament isn't what people say. They have a bad rep for being very aggressive, and that it always depends. That's just the starting point. You know, some snakes hit the ground running different than others, but the starting point is where you're at emotionally, psychologically, and where the snake is at in the same way. And then you see if there can be some sort of coalescence, and sometimes it can, and sometimes it can't. But and there always can. It's just that you have to make more and more sacrifice for certain snakes. The inland taipan. What are we gonna do about him? I'm gonna have to boil another mouse up. Why are you raising these dangerous creatures? It's too much to answer here. Someone else could answer that. I'm sorry. You know, I'm to So I'm gonna boil up a couple little pinkies. They look like Indigo as well. Black forest is cool. Oh man, black forest cobras to me. Even the brown ones are beautiful. Not just vulva. They're, you know, man. That's what Fudge is. When I pawned for that radiator, gotta get him back. I visited him the other day. He's getting all chubby. But what do you think, Snickers? What are you thinking? Yes or no? Just give me a hint. You know, I get so worried about him. I'm gonna give him a live one tomorrow anyway. But I tell you what, I'm gonna actually be back. I'm gonna go boil a couple of pinkies for the taipan, and he probably won't eat in front of us, but he eats it after. And he is insane. You'll have a good time with that one. All right, folks. So I'll see you in a bit. If you're not staying, if you can't come back, have a nice night, a good Labor Day, nice 3-day weekend. Yeah, I like the iridescence too. It makes you think of a golden child, you know. When did you learn Arabic? That you read well. Yeah, I learned Arabic. I lived in Egypt for a few years. And I studied it at Harvard and Princeton. I have some degrees in Semitic languages. أنا درست عربي في الشرق الأوسط بالقاهرة في مصر. So I will catch you guys later. If you're coming back, that'd be dope. Either way, have a wonderful night. And thank you for coming. I appreciate your Hebrew. Yeah, why not? It's all the same trilateral root system, you know.